November 2002, the cruise ship Amsterdam, Holland America Line. 5 days into a 7-day Caribbean cruise, 1,200 passengers. Then on day 3, passengers start getting sick. Violent vomiting, explosive diarrhea, spreading like wildfire through the ship. By day 5, 316 passengers and 16 crew members are violently ill. The ship is turned into a floating quarantine zone. And this isn't an isolated incident. In 2002 alone, 21 cruise ships will report outbreaks. Over 3,000 people sick, all from the same invisible enemy. The Amsterdam departs Fort Lauderdale. Passengers board excited. Vacation of a lifetime. Caribbean beaches, gourmet dining, luxury at sea. What they don't know, someone boarded already infected, symptom-free, contagious. Cruise ships are ideal environments for norovirus. You have thousands of people in close quarters, touching the same railings, eating in the same buffets, using the same bathrooms. It's a perfect incubator. Day 3, the ship's medical center gets its first patients. Sudden onset, violent symptoms. They assume food poisoning. But by afternoon, dozens more arrive, all with identical symptoms. This isn't food poisoning. This is spreading too fast. We need to notify CDC. The ship contacts the CDC's vessel sanitation program. The verdict, norovirus, and it's just beginning. Norovirus is a perfect pathogen. It spreads through person-to-person contact, contaminated food and water, surfaces and objects, even aerosolized particles. One infected person touches a railing. 10 people touch that railing. They touch their faces. Now 10 are infected. They touch more railings, doorknobs, elevator buttons. Norovirus requires fewer than 10 viral particles to infect you. By comparison, flu requires thousands. This virus is incredibly efficient at spreading, and it's nearly impossible to kill. Standard cleaning products don't work. Alcohol-based hand sanitizers don't work. The virus survives for days on surfaces. Ladies and gentlemen, we are implementing quarantine protocols. All sick passengers must remain in their cabins. All public areas will be sanitized. The ship becomes a prison. Sick passengers confined to cabins. Healthy passengers terrified to touch anything. We paid $5,000 for this cruise. Now we're locked in a tiny room, vomiting, with nowhere to escape. The ship won't let us off. Buffets closed. Passengers serve meals to reduce contact, but it's too late. The virus is everywhere. Day 3, 42 infected. Day 4, 128 infected. Day 5, 316 infected. Day 6, still climbing. The ship's medical center, designed for 10 patients, now handles hundreds. Severe dehydration. Elderly passengers collapsing. Crew members fall ill. Chefs, housekeeping, even medical staff. The people supposed to contain the outbreak are becoming victims. I've worked cruise ships for 15 years. Norovirus outbreaks are the worst. You're trapped. Can't escape. Can't get reinforcements. You just try to keep people hydrated. Day 5. The Amsterdam approaches Grand Cayman. Amsterdam, you are denied entry. We will not allow sick passengers to disembark. Proceed to next destination. Ports refuse the ship. No one wants hundreds of potentially infected tourists flooding their islands. The Amsterdam becomes a floating pariah, divorced from ports. Norovirus is unlike anything else, and it has properties that make it nearly unstoppable on a cruise ship. It can survive on surfaces for up to 2 weeks. It's resistant to temperatures from freezing to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. It survives common disinfectants. You need chlorine bleach at specific concentrations. Standard cruise ship cleaning protocols use quaternary ammonium compounds, quats. Effective against most germs, useless against norovirus. Ships scramble to switch to bleach. Day 6. Over 300 passengers sick. The ship's toilets can't handle the demand. Plumbing backs up. Staff distribute sick bags, extra towels, cleaning supplies. We haven't left our room in 2 days. We're eating crackers we brought from home. We're terrified to touch anything outside this door. Day 7. The Amsterdam limps back to Fort Lauderdale. Outbreak finally slowing, the virus running out of new hosts. CDC officials board, interview passengers, collect samples. Final count. 316 passengers, 16 crew. Many left directly for hospitals. All left traumatized. The ship will be taken out of service for deep sanitization. The Amsterdam wasn't unique. 2002 was a banner year for cruise ship norovirus. 21 outbreaks, 17 different ships, over 3,000 people sick. Norovirus isn't a cruise ship problem. It's a people problem. It happens in hotels, restaurants, schools. But when it happens on a ship, everyone notices because we're all trapped together. After an outbreak, ships undergo intensive sanitization. Every surface scrubbed with bleach. Carpets steam cleaned. Cost per ship, $500,000 to $2 million. Ship re-enter service. New passengers board. And within weeks, another outbreak begins. Because norovirus doesn't care how well you clean. A single infected passenger brings it back. 20 years later, norovirus still plagues cruise ships. We've improved protocols, better cleaning, passenger screening, immediate isolation, but we can't eliminate it. As long as humans gather in close quarters, norovirus will spread. Modern ships use enhanced screening, temperature checks, isolate sick passengers immediately. But it's not enough. It will never be enough. 30 million people take cruises every year. Most have wonderful vacations, but roughly 100,000 will get norovirus. Not from bad food, but from an invisible enemy. It's in the salad bar you just touched, the railing you leaned on, the door handle you pulled, the elevator button you pressed. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. If you feel sick, stay in your cabin. Because if you don't, you'll give it to 10 people, who'll give it to 100. The floating paradise is also a floating petri dish. Norovirus is always aboard.